I think I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording now.
Literally from this morning until now, everything that could go wrong regarding the show. I actually had a good day, but
No.
regarding this show, from it going up
Recording in progress.
later than it should have, or at least from on my end, to
Yeah.
my Crunchyroll screwing up when I got home, and then it cleared up. But I think it was my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi was screwing up. I had to do a Zoom update. My computer was screwing up. Everything I got off later than I planned. I mean, it's just, I was like, what? I was about to text you and just say, clearly, I'm not supposed to review this episode.
You're not supposed to review this.
I don't know
That's
why,
funny.
because I loved it.
Yeah, I bet. It was very worthy of love, Brian. I am all set. We're already recording, so I guess screw it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Anime-Versal Reviews podcast here on the GenreVerse podcast network and GenreVerse YouTube channel. Follow us on your favorite podcast app like Google or Spotify, and of course, give us a subscribe on the YouTube channel. It's where you'll get AVR Squared, which is our anime reaction series, which you would probably get a kick out of. Sometimes Brian's on there with a Spy Family, and then you got Christine and I holding it down for Chainsaw Man, Eminence, and Shadow, and Beast Tamer, which we were a little late on this week's, but it's up now. It's up there. Enter the Fairing.
By the way, this
Eventually
is water.
Gin and water holding water. So yeah, we got a lot of content. That's what I'm basically getting at, ladies and gentlemen.
Good content.
Thank you. Yeah, indeed. I'm Kyle. That's Brian. Brian also has a YouTube channel, PulpMythos, in case you don't hang around till the very end, but he'll talk about that more at the end. We're here to review Chainsaw Man. Had a look at what's in my little box.
47
so much
shows,
anime.
Yeah.
We're here to review Chainsaw Man episode 5. Great episode, really great episode. Christine did the reactions for a couple things today and is kind of tired out, so she won't be joining us today. But before we can even talk about that, I gotta know about what you thought about episode 4, Brian, because that was massively huge to me, and I want to see. There's a technical thing in there that I just loved, and I'm wondering if you caught it and if you think the same.
I love the episode. A plus.
Okay.
I was shocked that we got the battle that we got at the beginning. I was thinking, because we got the bat one in the previous episode, and I figured they were going to space those out a little bit because of budgetary reasons. But no, it was as good and epic. I would like to know what you're referring to as far as the technical thing.
So, sound design. My God, man, everything in, and I don't know if it's because we had headphones on, but everything from the turning of the newspaper to the slicing of the apples, the sound design and dedication to even having echoes in the right areas, or that, not necessarily an echo, but that echoey atmosphere to a room without a lot of stuff to absorb sound. I was just blown away by it. If you want, go back and watch, from the time they're in the hospital to the to the time they get before power shows up. There's lots of quietness, dude, and if you watch it with headphones on, maybe the amount of sound that it's like real life.
Yeah.
Birds, and wow.
The production is fantastic, and everything they do with this, and yet power showing up, that's what gave it the plus. I mean, all that was just amazing, and I'm loving, and this episode does that a lot too. But the building of just sort of this team, this unit that's we're slowly but surely building up, and all the personalities are completely different, and yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's been a treat for sure. I guess that covers this episode 4 for you. So let's talk a bit about episode 5, spoiler free. I really enjoyed this. You get the kind of the whole crew back together. You learn a little bit about some of the other crew members. The girl with the missing eye. I'm missing her name right at this moment. But she has an interesting take. Makimi. I can't Japanese today. She has a great moment in this episode. Himeno is the one missing the eye. I really got a kick out of them. Aki's got a big moment in here. Like I said, it's meeting the crew. It's fun. I loved it, and there's a lot of fun little character moments. Denji being Denji, and Denji being Denji, if you know what I mean. No, dude, I dug it so much. High praises. What about you?
Absolutely. I mean, this show, I was saying it in the first couple episodes, we're on track to, this being maybe one of my favorite, if not, well, we'll see. It'll be one of my favorite seasons, I think, of anime. Where, I've heard, and I've tried to stay spoiler free, but I do know that people aren't necessarily, there's division in terms of where the manga has gone. At least I've heard. I've tried to stay out of exactly what has caused the division, so who knows, what the future holds. But as is, and as far as where we're at now, I'm loving this show. I love this episode. It's slightly lower grade than last week, but I'm loving it.
Okay. So what would you grade it?
A.
That's exactly what I had. It's one of those where, again, just like a few weeks ago, I think I was the one that was like A versus A plus, and it's like it's just missing that one thing that made it a little extra special. We've had these moments before, and since it's as good as those were, it can't be an A plus. It can only be an A because the plus is for that little extra. So yeah, that's kind of how I think of it as well. Ready to talk about some spoiler stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched or you care about spoilers, you know what to do. Aki's passed, man. That was a trip. Christine said she figured it out when she first saw the little boy. I wasn't tracking that initially. Watch the reaction. See if anyone thinks she's a liar. No, I'm joking. She said she picked up on that. I was like shocked. I was like, well, that explains some stuff about Aki.
That flash, I was like, oh, that was one. I was like, why did we need that scene? And then I was like, oh.
That's why. That's why. I thought it was great to have Makimi say it, telling this story, and then for it to fade into Aki's past the way that it does. Just brilliant use of time, that use of narrative. I can't, sing praises of that usage enough. But it's such a short part that you kind of have to immediately move on. And we mentioned members of the crew, and before I forget, now that I'm switching these topics around. We mentioned members of the crew, Brian, kind of getting more introduction, kind of seeing that, some people have like a stereotypical anime school setting or so anytime you have a group setting where certain people have feelings for other people already established in the group, and then you throw in this wrench Denji, and I got a kick out of all the whole crew being together. What do you think?
Yeah, the crew is great. I mean, that last 5 or so minutes, it was exciting because I was like, oh, I can't wait to see more adventures and what kind of stuff they get into. Yeah, I like the crew, and like I was saying, yeah, you get a few little stereotypical things, but everyone is distinct, and that was one thing I really quickly. The show does a good job of establishing everyone, who they are, a little bit about backstory, and just sort of giving you an idea of, that these characters aren't just background; that they're all important.
So on our reaction, me and Christine kind of played in the title and thumbnail off Denji's higher calling now. His new goal. He's touched the boobie, and he's now aware that boobs are great, but they're just boobs. I mean that you can enhance boobs by other things happening, but he learned other things happening, and also that a person matters more than just the boobs themselves. I love the fact that Power stuffs. We know that her body is a little different when she was in her kind of feral form.
Yeah.
But it was funny, him finding that out, almost like he got disappointed by it.
Yeah, for a moment there. It's funny because it was the office scene. I mean, let's highlight that. Like, it's so seductive in the best way possible. Much. It goes far without going far, and that's what I loved about it. It's a lot of tease, and even the playfulness of the idea of, it's like he got what he wanted. He was just sort of like, eh, and she's like, no, you think you got what you wanted.
Yeah.
Let me explain some stuff to you, and just the way it was all handled, I was just like, well done.
Yes, well done. It's funny how moments like that are way hotter than explicit moments in anime, especially. I still point to probably one of the hottest things I've ever seen is in Horimiya, which is this very wholesome little rom-com, and yet when Morimiya steals the candy from Hori's mouth while kissing in an anime, and she's just left there stunned, like, he stole my candy. It is just one of those moments that shows romance and intimacy beyond just the primal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was able, Makimi. I don't know why I'm having such an issue saying her freaking name properly. One of the things that made it so just intense is just how she just nibbled on the finger. There was no, simulating fellatio.
She never said anything that outrageous. It was all very subtle. The way they animated her eyes and just the different, it was well done. No, because let me make this clear. Normally, and we've talked about this kind of stuff in anime. The fact that that's his goal and all that would annoy me. You know what I mean? Normally, that kind of storyline, I'd be like, that's stupid. But the way this show has handled it, perfect.
Yeah, well, it also comes up from that's what every teenage boy at one point wanted to do. Yes. Well, not every heterosexual teenage boy wanted to do at some point. Touch a boob, right? That was a goal. And here's a kid that never got the chance to go through the times that you do that, the exploration in high school and college and whatnot, depending on how early you get into things. And so it's acceptable kind of to understand that he's kind of got a stunted growth, and that the idea of touching a boob is still really, really enticing. But she's showing him how to, think more like a man versus think like a boy.
That's what was so great about that scene. That nailed it right there. She's like, you didn't. Let me show you. you think you know what you just did? No. And
he was pretty good, and he was pretty good and set on that until Himeno offered to tongue his throat, and
He got offered some candy and he wanted it. I mean,
I love how happy he was, dude. I did when he's just tra-la-la in the building. I was just that was just great.
Especially the fact that he's holding an axe, that made it more funny.
Am I the only one that keeps getting slight Scooby Gang feel from them with the weapons and kind of the tough guy who's way tougher than a Xander would be, but how goofy he was about the idea of a relationship within the group. I mean,
I didn't think about like
there.
Buffy or that's maybe.
That's all I got. Did you have anything else?
Unless you want to talk briefly about the cliffhanger. But yeah, that was about it.
So the demon coming in, the ghost arm thing.
That's cool. The clearly they're trapped in some kind of
yes, the loop.
Yeah.
Sorry, completely forgot about the loop. Yes, Brian, the loop. What about the loop?
It was cool because we're still learning things about like the fact that some of these hunters have made these pacts with devils, and that gives them abilities by sacrificing portions of them. But we're also, because this loop thing, I was thinking, well, they're either like inside of a devil or certain parts of the world can be manipulated, sort of like the Hell's Mouth in Buffy.
Well, they did say that it was, fear of things and can manifest devils in certain forms. They mentioned this gun devil coming about because of U.S. love of America. We love our gun. We love our guns. So I could see something like that, a Hellmouth, a miasma type situation.
There's a lot of, I'm going to cite some Neil Gaiman, American Gods, the sort of the idea that the consciousness of people manifests and creates these entities. And that's, I'm not saying they stole it, but that's very much what's in that story. But I like that. And I also like the idea that based on the actions of these devils and just the way the world plays, it can actually make them more powerful and have more influence.
Yeah, I dig it. Dude, this has so much going into it. There's a big world here, as well as a big cast of characters, a worthy cast of characters that are all getting their chance to shine. So I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for more of it. Thinking of, now that we're several episodes in, I should be able to look at a few of the manga and manga volumes or chapters or whatever you want to call them, segments. I don't know terms. Kyle know English today either. I'm interested in how it's translating, even though it's still really early on. Just kind of want to see little nuanced differences, things like that. I won't read ahead.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna lie. When the season finishes, there's a chance this might be one of those where I actually do read ahead.
Just go ahead and read.
I might. I'm thinking about it because I know it's not done. I think it's ongoing, and I don't think there's that many volumes. But,
and as of right now, it doesn't feel like one where the mystery, that the journey is so much as like you don't feel like there's good. Like I don't want to read ahead in Dr. Stone.
I have not.
That'd be the last thing I'd ever want to do. I don't want to read ahead in Tensei. I'm having a good time filling in the gaps, reading the light novel, which is pretty cool. And once I get caught up, well, season 2 will hit before I get caught up. But that's one that I don't want to read ahead on. But yeah, man, I get the feeling, given depending on how this season goes, unless they start trailing some really awesome thing, it's going to be one that I would like to read as well. But I have to relearn how to not relearn how to read, but relearn how to not get so tired from reading. It really does wear me out, and I do enough for work. So now we're just rambling. Now we're just rambling.
Yeah,
so.
man, I'm almost at the bottom of my water.
well, in that case, Brian, let's go ahead and wrap this up so you can stay well hydrated.
Yeah.
Well hydrated. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that red subscribe button. Thank you to all 1,030 subscribers so far. Really do appreciate it. We got a lot of great content, like we mentioned earlier. Anime reactions, anime reviews, Star Wars and Marvel news and reviews with the Cantina and Marvel Multiverse Mayhem. Daily Cog and Breaking Geek Radio, covering anything and everything else in entertainment, geek, pop culture. Just one is 5 times a week ish. And like 30 to 45 minutes, and the other one is Breaking Geek is once a week and like 10 hours long. No, we love the guys over at Breaking Geek. It's the one and only time you might hear my voice, but you'll never see my ugly mug. So there's a reason to watch that. If it's not a reaction video, if it's a podcast, a review, it's going up on our podcast network, GenreVerse Podcast Network, wherever you get those wonderful podcasts from, like Spotify, Google, Stitcher, or Apple. And of course, lrmonline.com. Go there every day for all entertainment news, needs, opinions, written reviews. Manny's written review, now that the embargo is up, of Black Panther Wakanda Forever is up. So I highly suggest you guys go check that out if you're Marvel fans. And then, holy crap, Brian, Justice League 2 from Andy Muschietti?
Yeah.
Barside Buzz, guys. Those are where we take a look at rumors from the sources that have, a decent batting average. I don't know why all of a sudden I went New Yorker there.
Yeah, that was...
happens.
I don't know what that was.
Wow. Brandon.
Did you have any water?
Fun. No. I may have had something green earlier. Hey. Anyways, guys, since we're both clearly under legal and responsible influences, we will wrap it up there with Brian talking about his channel, PulpMythos.
Yeah, check out PulpMythos. There's a lot of cool content. Go on the channel and go to those early videos. Check out sort of that content, because that's where the channel's headed. So please subscribe, and yeah, appreciate it.
I'm trying to get down to like the bottom of, there we go. There you guys go. We got it. And then there's some Mandalorian and Westworld stuff.
Westworld. You had to.
I'm
had
sorry.
to stab me there. Yeah.
Sore spot. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.